To our dear students. So let's have the part 2 of our discussion in matrix algebra. And we're going to discuss about the two. First is the inverse of a matrix and Kramer's rule. First one is what is the matrix? What is the inverse of a matrix? Okay. So if you heard inverse, 'di ba, parang baliktad or reciprocal. So it's just like a number that has a reciprocal. So let's say 8, no? So 8 is a real number. So ano ang kanyang reciprocal? No, 'di ba pag ang 8, ang reciprocal niya is 1/8. Tama? Okay. Or pwede rin or we can write, no, 8 as this one sa algebra, 'di ba? 8 raised to negative 1. So that means pareho lang sila, no? 8 raised to negative 1 is just the same with 1/8, no? So ganon din siya sa matrix. Meron din siyang inverse, okay? Ang matrix A, no, has also an inverse which is symbolized as this one, A raised to negative 1. Okay, so we rewrite this one denotes that we're talking about the inverse of matrix A. No? So, what's the purpose kung bakit meron tayong inverse? Because we don't divide by a matrix. Okay? So, 'di ba na-discuss natin na hindi siya gamitin ang division para walang division, there's no such thing as a matrix na i-divide mo, no? So instead we use the inverse matrix or inverse of a matrix. Okay? So bakit siya ito yung reciprocal? Kasi kapag 'di ba when we multiply this number, no, let's say 8, no? Then i-multiply mo siya sa kanyang reciprocal, so the result is 1. Okay? When we multiply a matrix by its inverse, we get what we call identity matrix. Kung meron tayong inverse of a matrix, no, ganon din siya, no? Kapag meron tayong matrix A, tapos i-multiply mo sa kanyang inverse, so we got a result of an identity matrix, no? Okay, so take note sa ating part 1, 'di ba? If we have 2 by 2 matrix, ang identity matrix niya is yung kanyang ang diagonal niya is puros 1, then ang off diagonal niya is 0. So this is an example of identity matrix of a 2 by 2. Kung meron tayong 3 by 3, ang kanyang diagonal puros 1, ang off diagonal niya are zeros. Ganyan. Okay? So expected na ang ito siya, pag meron tayong matrix A, i-multiply mo siya dito sa inverse of a matrix A, so we got this identity matrix. No? Okay. So, yan yung kanyang definition actually. So, the inverse of A is actually this one. This is the inverse of A only if, no? If we multiply the matrix A doon sa inverse of A, or pwedeng baliktarin, no? Ito, inverse of A times A, ang result niya is our identity matrix. Okay? So, later on, pag meron tayong mga examples, so you will notice na once we able to check, no, if how sure we are na itong result na inverse matrix natin, dapat, no, ito yung i-prove natin, no? ito yung i-proof natin na dapat ang result niya is identity matrix. Okay. Pag meron tayong 2 by 2 matrix, how do we able to calculate the inverse? Okay, well, for a 2 by 2 matrix, the inverse, so let's say we have matrix A, di ba? Meron tayong elements like A, B, C, at saka D, no? So this is the symbol. Then, of course, meron tayong dapat na negative 1 sa taas, no? So, if we want to get this 2 by 2 matrix, no? Using the inverse, so ang kanyang formula is this, 1 over, no? Ang determinant nito, determinant of A, then ito. Dito is ganito. 'Di ba? Ang gagawin lang ito dito, ang A at saka D swap natin. So this one become D, this one become A. Itong B at saka C, dagdagan natin yan siya ng negative, no? Negative B, negative C. Yan. Okay. So, baka nakalimutan ninyo ang determinant. So, sige. 1 over A times D. A times D minus B times C. Diba? Yan. Baka nakalimutan ninyo. So, then D, negative B, negative C, A. Okay. So, ito yung kanyang inverse matrix. So, let's try an example. So, let's say A is equals to 4, 7, 2, 6. No? So, how do we able to get the inverse matrix nito? Now, we have 1, no? Iano nyo lang, gayahin nyo lang ito. So, take note, this is A, B, C, at saka D, no? So, A times D, so we have 4 times 6 minus B times C, no? So, it is 7 times 2. Okay. And then, yan. Then, anong gagawin dito? I-swap ang A at saka D, no? I-swap ang A at saka yung D. So, therefore, 6 at saka 4, no? Ang D, then A, no? 6, then 4. Mas anong gagawin dito sa 7 at saka 2? Dagdagan ng negative. Negative 7, negative 2. Okay. Then, okay. Then this one, i-multiply mo dito sa matrix, magiging ganito na siya. No? 1 times 6, 6. 1 times negative 7, negative 7. 1 times negative 2. 1 times 4, it's 4. Ganyan na siya sa numerator. Sa denominator, madali na lang kasi simplify nyo naman siya, diba? Kasi ito yung determinant niya. So, this one is 4 times 6. Sige, ilagay ko na lang dito, no? 4 times 6 minus 7 times 2. Yan. Okay. Then, copy. 6, negative 7, negative 2, 4. Okay. So, we have 4 times 6, 24. Diba? 24. Minus 7 times 2, 14. Okay. So, 6, negative 7, negative 2, 4. So, 24 minus 14, we have 10. Okay. Then, therefore, our inverse matrix of A is 6 divided by 10 it is 0.6. Negative 7 divided by 10, negative 0.7. Negative 2 divided by 10, it's negative 0.2. 4 divided by 10, it's 0.4. Okay? So, yun yung ating inverse matrix. Okay. Balik tayo dito. Okay. So, for us to be sure na ito tama yung ating inverse matrix, let's prove that the inverse A multiplied by the matrix A multiplied by the inverse of A is equal to the identity matrix. Okay? Sige. So, let's prove ha. A, then A raised to 1, then identity matrix. Ano nga yung A natin? Ang A natin is ito kanina, di ba? Ito. Yan yung ating A. So, kopyahin natin. 4, 7, 2, 6. Okay. Then, i-multiply natin siya sa inverse of matrix. No? So, ang inverse of matrix A natin is 0.6 minus 7, negative 0.2, then negative 0.4. Okay. So, yan man, diba? Then, ang ating identity matrix dito is 1, 0, 0, 1. Yan. Okay, let's prove, no? So, A times A raised to 1 is equal. So, A. Ano yung A? Ang A natin is 4, 7, 2, 6. Multiplied by inverse of A. 0.6, negative 0.7, negative 0.2, 0.4. Okay. So, dapat, ang result is 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay. So, alam na ninyo kung paano siya multiply, no? This is a 2 by 2, also 2 by 2. So, therefore, ang result niya is 2 by 2. Same with this. Kaya siya dapat 2 by 2. No? Okay. So, let's multiply. First row, first column ha. So, let's have 4 times 0.6. Then, plus 7 times this one. Negative 0.2. No? Then, first row, second column. So, we have 4 times negative 0.7 plus 7 times 0.4. No? Okay. Ito na naman. Second row, first column. So, we have 2 times 0.6 plus 6 times negative 0.2. Then, second row, second column. So, we have 2 times negative 0.7 plus 6 times 0.4. Okay, which is equal to sa ating identity matrix. Okay, so let's check. So, we're going to use our calculator. So, 4 times 0.6. That is, so this is 2.4. Okay. Plus 7 times 0.2 times negative 0.2. So it is negative 1.4. Okay. 2.4 plus negative 1.4. So the result is what? 1. Tama? Okay. Ito naman, 4 times negative 0.7. The result is negative 2.8. Okay. Then ito, plus ito, 7 times 0.4. So, 7 times 0.4. So, it is 2.8. So, negative 2.8 plus 2.8. So, the result is 0. Okay. How about this one? 2 times 0.6. So, it is 1.2 plus 6 times negative 0.2. So, it is negative 1.2. Therefore, 1.2 plus negative 1.2, it is 0. This one, 2 times negative 0.7, that is negative 1.4, diba? Then plus 6 times 0.4. So the result is it's 2.4. It's 2.4. Okay. Negative 1.4 plus 2.4, the result is 1. Okay, so therefore, check. Yan. Okay. In short, we prove that if we multiply the matrix A doon sa inverse of matrix A, so ang result niya is our identity matrix. Okay? So, yan yung ating inverse of a matrix for 2 by 2. No? Now, let's continue. What if we have a 3 by 3 matrix? So, dito, gagamitan na natin yung tinatawag na minors, cofactors, and adjoint. Okay? So, let's say, for example, we have this inverse, this matrix A, 3, 0, 2, 2, 0, negative 2, 0, 1, 1. So, how do we able to find the inverse of this A? No? Ang kailangan na natin is that we need 4 steps. No? It is all simple arithmetic lang siya, but there is a lot of calculation. So, make sure na hindi ka talaga make a mistake. Kasi, kapag sa step 1, ito ang gagawin mo, so dapat you should be careful of computing, no, or calculating. Kasi kung mali ka na sa step 1, sa step 2, mali na yon, step 3 at saka step 4. Okay? So ngayon, kapag meron tayong 3 by 3 matrix, ang kanyang formula is this. An inverse of matrix A is equals to 1 over, di ba meron tayong determinant, okay, times, meron tayong tinatawag na adjoint of A. Okay, later on, we will reveal ano ba itong tinatawag na adjoint of A, no? Okay, so first step. So, sa first step natin is we need to create a matrix of minors. Okay. So, ano ba itong minors, no, na tinatawag? Okay. So, sa matrix of minors, ito dapat ang ina-expect natin. We have M11, meaning minor, first row, first column. Ito, minor of first row, second column, minor first row, third column, ganyan. Then M21, M22, M23, then M31, M32, M33. Okay. Kapag kunin natin ang M11, kailangan meron tayong dapat masatisfy. Okay? So, let's say, we have this example. Ang M11, nakatapat dito sa 3. Okay? Kung ano yung kanyang row at saka column, i-delete ninyo. Hindi nyo siya isisali. Okay? Kung ito yung kanyang minor, then yung kanyang row at saka yung column, i-disregard ninyo. Tapos, kukunin nyo ang yung naiwan, let's say 0, negative 2, 1, at saka 1. Kunin nyo ang kanyang determinant. Okay? So, ganito. So, for M11, di ba ang M11 is dito, nakatapat, di ba? So, dito sa 3. So, disregard this first row, first column. So, ang naiwan niya is what? Yung ating 0, negative 2, 1, 1. Yan. Determinant ito ha. So, alam na ninyo kung, di ba, alam na ninyo kung paano kunin ang determinant ng 2 by 2 matrix. No? Okay. So, kung meron tayong ganito, determinant, no, of a matrix, so how do we able to get this kapag 2 by 2? So, di ba, A, B, C dito. So, A times D or 0 times 1 minus, diba? Pag ano to, plus minus to. So, kaya siya minus. So, minus negative 2 times 1. Okay? So, kung i-simplify natin, 0 times 1, 0. Then, ito, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. So 0 minus negative 2. So, the result is positive 2. Okay? Tama? So, therefore, meron na tayong isa. Ang M11 natin is 2. Okay? 2. Okay. Until makumpleto ninyo yung iba. No? So, isa pa naman ito na minor. So, sa step 1, ito yung mas matagal ang proseso kasi isa-isahin nyo pa. Pero sa susunod na step, madali na lang talaga siya. No? So, ito lang yung, ito lang yung parang, you need to take time for you to get the minors. So, sa M12, ito, meron tayong M12, yung first row niya, kasi 1, di ba? First row niya is i-disregard niyo, yung second column niya i-disregard niyo. So, may 1 is ito. So, dito sa ating example, ang M12 nandito, di ba? So, i-disregard niyo ito, disregard niyo ito. So, ang naiwan is 2, negative 2, 0, 1. Okay? So, 2, negative 2, 0, 1. Yan. Then, get the determinant. 2 times 1 minus negative 2 times 0. So, this is 2 minus, this is already 0. Tama? So, the result is 2. Okay? So, therefore, 2 dito. No? Okay. How about the M13? So, same procedure. Pag M13, dito siya, diba? So, dito siya sa 2. Disregard the first row and the third column. So, ang naiwan is 2, 0, 0, 1. So, 2, 0, 0, 1. No? Then, get the determinant. 2 times 1 minus 0 times 0. So, the result is 2. Okay? So, meron na tayong 2. Okay. Next one. M21. Sa M21, no? Disregard, disregard. So, same dito. Disregard. Disregard. Ang naiwan is 0, 2, 1, at saka 1. So, 0, 2, 1, 1. Okay. Then, get the determinant. 0 times 1 minus 2 times 1. So, this is negative 2. Tama? Negative 2. So, therefore, ang M21 natin is negative 2. Ang M22, ang M22, dito. So, dito, sa 0. So, disregard the second row and the second column. So, ang iwan is 3, 2, 0, 1. 3, 2, 0, 1. Then, get the determinant. 3 times 1 minus 2 times 0. So, the result is 3. Kaya, positive 3. Yan. Itsaga-tsaga lang tayo up to makuha na natin yung ating minors. So, M23. Saan ang M23? Dito. So, sa negative 2. So, disregard, disregard. So, may 1, 3, 0, 0, 1. 3, 0, 0, 1. Okay. So, we have 3 times 1 minus 0 times 0. So, the result is also positive 3. Yan. Then, for the M31, so, bilisan natin. So, this M31 dito, disregard, disregard. So, maiwan is ito. No? So, 0, 2, 0, negative 2. So, 0 times negative 2 minus 2 times 0. So, this is already 0, 0. No? 0. Okay. Then, dito tayo sa M. Dito na tayo. M32. So, sa M32, ito man. So, disregard, disregard. So, may 1 is 3, 2, 2, negative 2. 3, 2, negative, 2, at saka negative 2. Okay. So, we have 3 times negative 2 minus 2 times 2. So, 3 times negative 2, it's negative 6. Ito minus 4. So, we have negative 10. Okay? So, meron tayong ditong negative 10. Then, the last, ang M33. Okay, M33 dito siya, no? So, disregard, disregard. So, ito ang may 1. So, we have 3, 0, 2, 0. So, 3 times 0 minus 0 times 2. So, the result is 0. Okay. So, ito na ang ating matrix of minors. So, that's the first step. Okay. Ang next step, or the step 2, is we need to get the matrix of cofactors. Okay. So, simple lang ang matrix of cofactors. Okay. Ang gagawin na ninyo is ito lang. Diba ito yung ating matrix of minors? Sige, kopyahin natin to, ha. Okay. We have 2, 2, 2, negative 2, 3, 3, 0, negative 10, at saka 0. Okay. I-multiply natin siya sa ito na pattern, no? Na sign. So, we have plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Yan. Okay. Then, makukuha mo na yung ating matrix of cofactors. So, let's say 2 times this one. So, we have positive 2. Then, 2 times this one. So, we have negative 2. Then, 2 plus ito, positive. Then, ito, so may positive. So, ito, positive. Ito, maging negative 3. Ito, 0 na. Negative 10 times this, positive 10. Then, ito, magiging 0. So, ito na yung ating matrix of cofactors. No? Okay. So, sa next step or step 3, madali lang din. Kapag nakuha na natin ang matrix of cofactors, makukuha na natin yung tinatawag na adjoint. Adjoint of A. Remember, ang adjoint of A, ito yung formula ha. Yan. So, yan yung purpose kung bakit meron tayong adjoint, meron tayong minors at saka cofactors para makuha natin yung adjoint of A. Kasi ang adjoint of A is just only the transpose of our matrix of cofactors. Diba? If you still remember in part 1, diba? How do we able to transpose a matrix? Okay, you need to interchange the rows and columns. Okay, so since ito man ang ating matrix of cofactors, i-transpose mo ito para yun yung ating result ng ating adjoint of A. Tama? So the adjoint of A now is, okay, so ito yung ating first row. So ang first row, gawin mong first column. So we have 2, negative 2, positive 2. Then, sa second row, gawin mong second column. So, 2, 3, negative 3. Ang third row, gawin mong third column. So, 0, 10, 0. So, ito na yung ating adjoint of A. No? So, ito, ilagay mo ito dito. Yan. Okay. Ngayon, ang next step natin is ito. Itong determinant of A. So, our step 4. No? Determinant of A. So, ano nga yung determinant ng 3x3 matrix? If you still remember. No, if you still remember, okay, kopyahin natin yung ating matrix A ha. So, we have 3, 0, 2, 2, 0, negative 2, 0, 1, 1. Okay. So, how do we able to get the determinant of A? Meron tayong 3x3. Diba? Ang gawin natin is ito. Positive, negative, positive. So, 3. Then, disregard yung kanyang first column, first row at saka first column. So, kunin mo yung kanyang determinant sa naiwan. So, ang naiwan kasi is 0, negative 2, 1, 1. Tama? Okay. Plus, minus. Kasi plus, then minus. So, minus 0. Then, disregard the first column at saka first row niya. So, ang naiwan is 2, negative 2, 0, 1. 2, negative 2, 0, 1. Okay? Then, plus 2. Okay? Disregard yung first row, third column niya. So, ang naiwan is 2, 0, 0, 1. 2, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Then simplify. 3 times, diba? makuha muna natin ang determinant ng 2 by 2. So, this one is 0 times 1 minus negative 2 times 1. Diba ganyan yan? Minus 0. So, we have 2 times 1 minus negative 2 times 0. Okay. Then, plus 2. Then, get the determinant. 2 times 1 minus 0 times 0. Diba? Okay. Then, simplify. So, this is... Okay, simplify natin, no? So, 0 times 1. So, 0 man siya, no? Then, this one is negative 2 times 1. It's negative 2. Okay. So, 0 minus negative 2. So, the result is positive 2. Tama? So, it is a positive 2. Minus 0 times, diba? 2 times 1, 2. Minus, so negative 2 times 0, so 0. So 2 minus 0, it's 2. Okay? Plus 2. So this 1 is 2 times 1, it's 2. Minus 0. Tama? So the result is 2. Then, simplify. 3 times 2, 6. So, this is 0 plus 4. Therefore, the result is 10. So, ang determinant ng A, no? The determinant of A is 10. Okay. Ngayon, pwede na natin gamitin yung formula, no? The formula of inverse matrix of A. 1 over the determinant of A times the adjoint of A. Okay? Sige. So, 1 times... So, ano ang determinant ng A? 10. Tapos, ano yung adjoint ng ating A? So, ang adjoint ng A is ito. Tama? Yan yung kopyahin natin. Kasi na-solve naman natin yan. So, we have 2, 2, 0, negative 2, 3, 10, then 2, negative 3, 0. Okay? So, pwede na natin makuha ang ating inverse. So, 1 times this matrix. So, pwede natin ito ilagay sa itaas, no? 2. Kasi, 1 times this is equals to this one. So, ang numerator is ito. Ang denominator natin is 10. Okay? Now, our final result is 2 divided by 10. Anong result? It is 0.2. Then 2 divided by 10, 0.2. 0 divided by 10, 0. Negative 2 divided by 10, it's negative 0.2. 3 divided by 10, 0.3. 10 divided by 10, 1. Then 2 divided by 10, it's 0.2. Negative 3 divided by 10 is negative 0.3. Then 0 divided by 10, it's 0. Okay. So this is now the inverse of matrix A. Para sure kayo na ito tama ang sagot, pwede nyo gamitin yung proof, no? Yung kanina, yung inverse of A times the inverse of A should be equal to the identity matrix. No? So, dapat, kung i-multiply mo ito, dapat ang result niya is identity matrix. So, i-check ninyo, ha? I-check ninyo na itong kinompute ko dito para makuha ang inverse of matrix A, no? Tapos i-multiply ninyo dito sa matrix A should be equal to the identity matrix. So, dapat ang result niya is ito, no? Yan. Yan dapat ang result niya, ha? Okay? So, at home, practice para makuha ninyo ito, result. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the Cramer's rule. So, ano itong Cramer's rule? Cramer's rule is a method of solving linear simultaneous equations. So, when we say simultaneous equations, so let's say we have two equations, then pwede natin gamitan ng tinatawag ng Cramer's rule. So, it makes use of determinants. So, kung meron kang knowledge about determinants, so, makukuha mo yung hinahanap natin, no? Na unknown values. Okay? So, therefore, Cramer's rule relies on the determinants. Okay? So, kung pag sinabi kasing simultaneous equations like this, so we have A1 times X plus B1 times Y, which is equals to C1. Then we have another equation, A2X plus B2Y is equals to C2. Okay. Actually, if we recall in our algebra, pwede natin makuha. Ang goal kasi dapat dito is to get this unknown, no, values of X and Y. Pwede niyong gamitan ng yung conventional sa algebra using substitution method, no? Ang iba is factorial pa, no, o elimination method niyan. Pero dito sa matrix algebra, pwede yan siyang gamitin using the Cramer's rule instead of using those conventional method. Pwede yan. So, ang gagawin lang natin is this. Kung meron tayong 2x2 matrix, okay, so this is actually a 2x2 matrix. So we have A1, B1, A2, B2, no? So this matrix is what we call coefficient matrix. Coefficient matrix. Okay. Tapos, di ba meron tayong X at saka Y. So, these are the unknown, no? Unknown values of X and Y kasi ito yung goal natin, di ba? Okay. Then, meron tayong tinatawag, itong C1 at saka C2 are what we call the answer column. Okay. Bakit siya tinawag na answer column? Kasi kapag if we find the values of X and Y, no, substitute lang natin dito sa equations, then dapat kung ano yung result dito is the same with this one. Kaya siya, so sure ito na itong kung ano man ang real numbers ditong C1 at saka C2, yun yung dapat na sagot niya, no? If we find the values of X and Y. Okay. So, yun yung sistema dito sa Cramer's rule. Okay? Now, yun yung tanong. How do we able to get the X and Y na using matrix or the Cramer's rule? Okay? So, the formula is this. For you to get the X, kasi diba, ang Cramer's rule relies on determinants. So, ang kanyang formula is this. No? You need to get itong determinant over This determinant. Okay. Tapos, ang y is this. dy, then t. Okay. Ang tanong dyan is, ano ba itong d sub x? Ano itong d sub y? At ano itong d? Okay, so if you're curious about that one, no? Okay. So, ganito lang. Ang d natin is actually is ito. Ito yung d, no? A1, B1, A2, B2. But since it is a determinant, no? Diba? Kung kunin natin ang determinant nito, no? So, therefore, we have what? A1 times B2 minus B1 times A2. Diba? Yan man talaga ang determinant nito. Okay. How about itong D sub X? Ano itong D sub X? Ganito. So, since meron tayong D matrix at meron tayong answer column na C1 at saka C2, okay, diba, ang x, ang kanyang coefficients are A1 at saka A2. Ang A1 at saka A2, palitan natin ng C1 at saka C2. So, therefore, itong A1 at saka A2 dito is palitan natin siya ng C1 at saka C2. Ganon siya. Tapos, itong B1 at saka B2 remains the same. So, therefore, ang ating D sub x is C1, C2, B1, B2. Okay? Then, determinant man siya, di ba? Determinant of x. So, therefore, ang determinant of x nito is C1 times B2 minus B1 times C2. Okay? How about dy? Okay. Same pa rin sa dx. Okay. Ang y kasi natin, ang kanyang coefficients are B1 at saka B2. Okay, para hindi tayo ma-confuse, ito yung x, ito yung y, di ba, na coefficients. Okay. So, itong B1 at saka B2, palitan lang natin ng C1 at saka C2. So, magiging, remains the same ang A1 at saka A2 natin. So, instead of B1 at B2, magiging C1 at saka C2 na siya. Yan. So, since determinant siya, so therefore, A1 times, C2 minus C1 times A2. Yan. Okay? So, ganun siya. So, yun yung kanyang sistema. Ngayon, lagyan natin ng example. Okay, let's have an example. So, let's say we have two simultaneous equations. 12x plus 3y is equals to 15. 2x minus 3y is equals to 13. Okay. Sige. So, let's define the following. Ano yung ating D? Diba, ang D natin is yung A1, A2, B1, B2. Ito. Dito. Ito. So, ito yung ating D. So, therefore, we have 12. Kunin mo lang yung kanyang coefficients, no? So, 12, then 3, 2, negative 3. Yan. How about the dx? Later na yung ating determinant, ha? So, ang dx natin, di ba? Ito yung a niya. Diba? Ito yung C. So, ano nga gagawin? Palitan natin yung coefficients ng x sa C. No? Or itong answer column. So, therefore, magiging 15, 13 instead of 12 and 2. Then, ito, copy. 3, negative 3. Yan. For the dy, no? Itong b coefficients, no? So palitan nito, no? Then copy this one. So magiging 12, 2. Then instead of 3, negative 3, palitan ng 15 and 13. Yan. Okay. Ngayon, ang formula natin, x is equals to determinant of dx over determinant of d. Okay? So, ano ang determinant ng x? So, diretso na tayo, no? So, we have 15 times negative 3 minus 3 times 13. Yan. Okay. Over. Ano yung determinant ng d? So, we have 12 times negative 3 minus 3 times 2. Okay. Then, simplify. So, 15 times negative 3, we have negative this is negative 45 minus 3 times 13, we have 39 over 12 times 13, so we have negative 36. Ito minus 3 times 2, 6. So, negative 45 minus 39, we have negative 84 over negative 36 minus 6, it's what? So, it is negative 42. So, negative 84, i-divide mo siya sa negative 42, the result is 2. Okay? So, therefore, our x is negative, it's 2. No? So, meron na tayong x. How about the y? Ano nga yung formula niya? Ang formula ng y is the determinant of dy over the determinant of d. Okay? So, concentrate tayo sa dy. So, kunin mo yung determinant nito. So, we have 12 times 13 minus 15 times 2. No? Okay. Kanina, nagkuha tayo ng determinant of d. So, i-copy na lang natin kasi pareho naman siya dito. No? So, we have 12, negative 3, minus 3 times 2. Okay, then simplify. 12 times 13. So, this is 156. Minus 15 times 2. We have 30. Divide it by. So, pareha lang man sila, no? Negative 36 minus 6. 156 minus 30, it's 126 divided by negative 36 minus 6 is negative 42. So 126, divide natin siya sa negative 42, the result is negative 3. Yan. So our y is negative 3. Now, how do we able to know that this x is 2, y is negative 3 are both correct? Ang gagawin lang natin is simple, i-substitute lang natin dito, no? So, kung ano yung values ng x at saka y, dapat 15 ang sagot dito. Kung anong value ng x at saka y dito, dapat 13. So, let's have checking. So, if we do checking, let's say 12x plus 3y is equals to 15, no? So, 12, ano yung x natin? 2 plus 3. What is our y? It's negative 3, which is equal to 15. 12 times 2, 24. Plus 3 times negative 3, it's negative 9, 15. So, therefore, correct. Yan. How about this one? So, 2x minus 3y is equals to 13. Then 2 times 2 minus 3, negative 3 is equals to 13. So, this is 4 minus, this is positive na, no? So, negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. So, 13. So, okay, check. Now, let's proceed to the Cramer's rule for systems of linear equations with 3 variables. So, this means that we have 3 equations. Therefore, we need to know the values for the 3 variables. So, let's say we have 3 equations or linear equations. We have a1x plus b1y plus c1z, then we have d1. Okay, then a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equals to d2, then a3x plus b3y plus c3z is equals to d3, no? So, take note, no? Ang ating coefficient matrix or D is this, diba? Pag 2 by 2, A1, B1, A2, B2. Pag 3 by 3 na tayo, so ito yung ating coefficient matrix. We have A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. Then we have C1, C2, C3. Diba? Yan yung ating D or the coefficient matrix. Tapos yung ating answer column is itong D1, D2 at saka D3. Pero ang ating unknown variables are x, y, and z. Okay. Pwede na siya part sa D, ha. Nilagay ko lang dito. Okay. So, ito yung coefficient matrix. Ito yung hanapin na sagot. Ito yung ating answer column. Or tinatawag din itong constant column. No? Okay. How do we able to formulate an X matrix or DX? Okay? Diba? Ang ating X column, ito. Tama? So, ang coefficient ng ating X column are A1, A2, A3. So, since meron tayong answer column, so ito, no, palitan natin ito siya ng, so magiging D1, D2, D3. Tapos, copy B1, B2, B3. Then, C1, C2, C3. Yan yung DX natin or the X matrix. How about the Y matrix or DY? No? Ang coefficient ng ating y are b1, b2, b3. So, palitan siya ng d1, d2 at d3, no? Then, as is ang a1, a2, a3. Then, palitan siya ng d1, d2, d3. Then, as is c1, c2, c3. Okay. For the z column, or z matrix rather, or dz, so we have, so ito man ang ating z column, ang kanyang coefficients are c1, c2, c3. So ito, palitan natin ito siya ha. So as is pa rin yung a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3. So instead of c1, c2, c3, so magiging d1, d2, at saka d3. Yan. Yan yung, kasi ang kanyang formula ng x is the determinant of this dx over the determinant of d. Okay? Ang y naman is the determinant of y, no? Determinant of dy, then determinant of d. Ang z is the determinant of dz over determinant of d. Yan. Okay. So, same pa rin siya sa procedure ng 2x2, kaya lang kasi 3x3. Hindi na kayo gagamit ng yung sa determinant, yung a, b, c, d. Diba? Hindi na kayo gagamit ng a times d minus b times c. So, kapag meron na kayong determinant na meron kayong 3x3 matrix, tapos kukunin nyo ang determinant niya, diba? So, iba na siya, no? Ang kanyang method. No? So, A, then determinant niya, tanggal. So, EF, HI. Diba, anak mana? Minus B. Then, remove. So, maiwan is DF, GI. Then, minus C. No? So, remove. So, maiwan is D, E. Tapos, G at saka H. Diba? Yan. Okay. So, kung ito yung, let's say, kung ito yung ating, ang ating coefficient matrix, so, kunin nyo ang kanyang determinant niya, pero hindi ito. So, ito na procedure or method. Ha? So, ganyan din siya. Okay. So, kung magbigay ako ng example, kasi medyo mahaba na, no? So, let's say, practice at home, ha? So, magbigay ako ng example, tapos kayo na bahala mag-solve at home, no? Let's say we have x plus 2y plus 3z is equals to negative 5, 3x plus y minus 3z is equals to 4, negative 3x plus 4y plus 7z is equals to negative 7. Okay? Okay. I want to see the result, no, of your x, y, and z. So, ang final sagot nito, final. So, dapat, I'm expecting na makuha ninyo ang value ng x, which is negative 1. Ang y niya is 1. Ang z is negative 2. Yan ang gusto ko makita. Okay? So, yun yung dapat na target niyo or goal. If we have the simultaneous 3 equations, then this one should be the result. Okay? So, kahit na kung i-substitute natin ito, most likely makukuha ito siya na value. Now, let's say ang x niya is negative 1 plus 2 times ang y is 1 plus 3. Ang z niya is negative 2. So, ang result niya is negative 5. O yan. So, makita. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, nakuha ito. No? Okay? So, I'm pretty sure na itong, no, kung i-substitute nyo yung x, y, at saka z, so, dapat 4 siya, dapat ito, negative 7. So, ito ang gusto ko makikita na result. Okay?